I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from what I had today. From my home, cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from what I love today.
Good morning. How you doing? This is 1100 WSGI, letting the Ridgetop Ramblers sing us in. Hi, y'all. I'm U-Turn Laverne. This is one street over. Again, 1100 WSGI, covering Robeson County and the surrounding counties terrestrially. But you know what? You can hear us anywhere. If you want to tune in on the internet, you can pick up. I was just talking to my new friend, Natasha Tice is in the house with me, and we were just talking about this. I think people don't realize that we have this worldwide Christian broadcast facility right here in Little Oak Springfield. And you can, because when I go to Mexico, this is what I listen to. I listen to great Christian programming down in El Rosario, or when I'm up in practically to Canada with my husband's family, So all over you can listen to us. But when we talk about the local stuff, we concentrate on what's happening Robeson County, Springfield, Springfield being our county seat, and Natasha just happens to be the public affairs person for Springfield. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
I'm the public affairs coordinator for the city of Springfield.
Get right on that microphone for me.
Yes.
Get right in front of it for me.
Right like this?
You're good,
like
yes.
Okay.
This is her first time on the radio, so.
It is, and I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm thrilled for you to come. And Ryan Martin normally comes in on the day after our mayor and alderman's meeting. And I messed up the schedule yesterday, and bless him, he graciously said, well, that's okay, Laverne, and I'm going to send Natasha so you can meet our new public affairs coordinator. And so that's wonderful, because you've been with the city, you were telling me, what, 5 months?
Yes, ma'am. I started back in March, so I've been here for just about 5 months now, and I love it. I love working with the city, and it is just such a great opportunity. And I really love being able to serve the public and do impactful work.
Okay, well, and you have great colleagues. We were talking about,
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you get to hang out with Ace and all the. I love Ace. We were bragging on you, Ace, and so it's just a lot of fun. And Ryan and all the guys there. But have you gotten to know Ann, our mayor?
Mayor Ann, yes,
Yeah.
I love our mayor. She is just wonderful. She
She
is
is.
one of the best people out there.
She's pretty cool, and so I'm a big fan of hers too. But we've got just a wonderful group here. We were talking a little bit about Gina Holt, and you got to meet her. She preceded Ryan, and one of the things that Gina has said many times is one of the things that she's most proud of during her tenure are the people that she was able to bring into the city of Springfield as hires. We're talking about, Police Chief Jason Head and just all of those things. So you got a good bunch, and I'm sure you're just going to fit right in. You're just a sweetheart. We've been sitting here chit-chatting and getting to know each other as we're getting everything going. But we want to get an update on the mayor and alderman meeting. So before we get too far off track, I do want to ask you this. I always like to get people's backstory. I was telling her the different ones in the city she needs to sit down and talk to and get their backstory. But what's yours? Where are you from?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So I grew up just down the road in Hendersonville.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went to school at Austin Peay State University. I got a degree in marketing, and while I was at Austin Peay, I was very lucky to have the opportunity to do some different internships with some nonprofits and local government, and that's really where I found my passion and why I went into this field. I just love the opportunity to serve the public, and it is just, there's so many facets of local government that people just don't think about, and it's so interesting to be able to learn all about it.
Well, when you hear about somebody that's a public affairs person, what is your job? What do you do? What do you specifically do? What's your job description?
Absolutely. So a lot.
Yeah, I know. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I get to do a lot of different things, which
Yeah.
I love because no 2 days are the same, you know. One of the things that I love that I get to do is I get to have a little bit of a hand in our economic development, So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I get to have conversations with the retailers and the businesses that are interested in opening up shop down here in Springfield and tell them basically why our city is the perfect place for them to be. And, that's really great. Another great thing I get to do is I get to market our city. I get to tell people how wonderful our city is, all the different events that they should come out to. And I handle our communications. One of the ways that I primarily do that is social media. And, it is just so interesting to see the way marketing has changed throughout the years. This is only my second job out of college, but even just in the short time, just the way it's gone from the more traditional, formats like print, print ads in the newspaper to how social media has really taken off and developed. One of the things that's great about the city is they are really embracing and have really embraced the use of video on social media, which is just such a great tool to be able to communicate messages. Because, if you think about it, video and radio, they're kind of the closest you can get to an in-person interaction, right? You get the body language, you get the tone of voice, you get to hear the message. And so I just love my job and everything I get to do.
What you just said, I am going to take this clip and I'm going to play it for my students because this has been, I'm not kidding, because what you just said, and she's 25 years old, guys. So this is the generation that knows what's coming on board. And that's what I keep telling my students. I said, and I told my principal, because I said, I really would love to have every single kid in this school just for a semester so we can help them to understand how critical understanding video and audio and all of those things are, because we cannot put this social media thing back in the box. It's out there. This is how we communicate, and you need to be able to do it well, and because you've got to understand it. And I just love how you said that. I mean, that's exactly the point I've been making to my kiddos.
It's just such a great avenue. It's cost effective. It's a great way to reach people where they are, where they're going, and speak to them in their own language. And it's so interactive. I mean, I know you live stream this on Facebook, and you can see those comments, and I can see comments when I go live on our page and answer questions, respond to them, and it's just so great.
So how often do you say you go live on your page as in the Springfield City? Because if you're just joining us, this is Natasha Tice. She is the Public Affairs Coordinator for the City of Springfield. So you have a Facebook page, which would be City of Springfield, Tennessee, or how is it listed
so
exactly?
It's City of Springfield, Tennessee
That's
government.
what I thought.
Yeah. And so one of the things that I've been doing on there that I actually just started last week is these weekly update videos where, in less than a minute, you get a short video of me telling you what's going on in Springfield, what free events we have going on, what our different departments are up to in terms of the different projects and improvements they're working on for our city. And I'm just really excited to see where it goes.
Awesome. I feel like I follow you guys already. I have to, but sometimes I think I'm following somebody and I go and I check it and maybe I'm not, because I want to make sure I get those updates, because I need all the help I can, because I'm so, all over the place. I need all the help I can get when it comes to the different things that are happening. So I want to be sure and hear those.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I love that you're streaming live and doing that. And I just can't say enough. You just reinforced everything I've been telling my kids. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, for sure. We're talking with Natasha Tice. She is the Public Affairs Coordinator for the City of Springfield, and she is here in place of Ryan Martin today, so we can meet her, and also, too, to give us an update on the mayor and alderman meeting. So where do you want to start?
Yeah, so we had a great meeting on Tuesday. It was our regularly called meeting of the month. Let's just start at the beginning with how we started off our meeting, and that was with our first public comment period. So I think Ryan told you a little about this the last time he was here. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so our public comment period, if you are out there and you don't know what this is the perfect opportunity for you to make your voice heard, for you to come in and speak directly to our Board of Mayor and Aldermen. And so all you have to do to sign up is go on our website, springfieldtn.gov. Fill out a quick little form. The only thing with the public comment period is you do have to make sure that your topic pertains to an item on the agenda. Just make sure our meetings are efficient and keep on moving. Now, we didn't have anyone sign up to speak at this public comment period, so I just really wanted to emphasize that, if you have a concern or there's something excited about and you want to share your opinion with the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, just make sure you come out to one of our meetings and you sign up on our website beforehand.
Okay, and that's one thing I was talking with Ryan about as well, is that even though I'm technically in the county, but I have a Springfield City address, and I'm also served by my water. My water comes from Springfield. I'm not on sewer because I live right next to the wastewater plant, so that wouldn't be good. I was advised, you don't want to hook up. You're a little too close. So, but I do have my water coming in and my gas. My gas and water come from Springfield. And so, even though I'm technically in the county, I still have an interest in what's going on. I don't have a vote in the city per se, but I can vote with my opinion because I am affected by what happens with Springfield.
Absolutely, yes.
And so if there's something pertaining to me in there, I can, even though I'm technically in the county, I could come in and comment if I wanted to, but I got to sign up.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to come in, they just need to make sure they go on our website and sign up. And the agendas for the meeting are actually posted to our website about a week before the meeting.
Okay.
So, there's plenty of time to go through that agenda and find what you'd like to talk about.
Awesome. And so, I appreciate, and that's one of the things, trying to get the word out that this is going on. That's the first thing, is like, okay, we've got this happening, be sure and, plug in. So it'll probably take a little bit, to get everything out there and make sure everybody knows about it. But I love that they've made that available.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. It's a great tool. And, one of the other things that our board does is our meetings are actually live streamed on our YouTube. So, if you can't make it down to the meeting and you still want to know what's going on in our city, you can live stream it, or you can view the recording afterwards at any point in time.
Well, and as far as those are you said it's archived, so you can go in and watch it later.
Yeah, so if there's something that comes up on a second reading at a meeting and you want some more context, you can absolutely go back to a prior month and take a look at what happened.
Right. And I can't say enough about staying involved and staying up to date, because if you're like me, and for years and years and years, I was the one that, was commuting, and I didn't know what was going on. I've been in this county since 1992, and until I started sitting behind this microphone, I knew very, very little about my county. and my city. And because I was working in Nashville all the time. So that's where my life was. And you just kind of just put your head down. And if you want to stay up to date, you've got to be intentional and go and watch these meetings. Play them back in the car or on your commute. And that way, at least you know what's happening in your city.
Yeah, absolutely. And we always want to be as transparent as possible and make sure it's as easy as possible for our residents to be involved.
I love it. And if you have any questions, you can throw them up in comments. Our connections, well, I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting a lot of comments and stuff on my social media page. I watch it and try to stay up with it, but we're having some connectivity issues. So forgive us. I don't know what's really going on there. Constantly evolving here at 1100 WSGI. They've done, Ebenezer Broadcasting has done such a wonderful job. But as you know, last week we were down for a few days, but we don't know what happened. We may have gotten popped by some lightning. We just don't really know. But we're still trying to figure all this stuff out. So it put some comments up, and I will do my best to get to them if you have some questions. But contact Natasha, Ryan, Ace, any of them at the office there. The door's always open. I've never had a hard time getting in touch with anybody at the city.
Absolutely. And we love getting to speak with our residents and hear their thoughts and opinions and make sure everyone's voice is heard. And, if you don't have time to come by City Hall, just send us a message on social media and we'll connect you with the right department, the right person to answer whatever your question is.
That sounds great. And we'll continue with the update from the meeting in just a moment. But I want to pause and talk about one of our sponsors. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about Veterans Motorplex real quickly. I can't say enough about going to the races and having fun. I've got to get out there with my grandson. I've been so busy with all my teaching classes that I've had to do. I haven't gotten out there just yet with my grandson, but we're going to get there. And I can't wait really to take him because he's 7 years old. He will have so much fun. I may even take my granddaughter. She's 3. She might be a little bit restless, but they have these big wheel races and stuff that I want to get them involved in, and they'll have so much fun. And I tell you, this is kind of off in the distance, but when for Halloween, they do a trunk or treat with race cars. And so we'll get Jerry in to talk more about that. Their season runs through October. And if you find one of these old magazines laying around from the Let's Talk Trash, I was talking with Debbie Keenan, the Keenan Group, she and Bob, they replenish these when they run out in the little the little stands that they have for them, until they publish a new one. The new one's going to be coming out in a few weeks. But you can still get your hands on one of these old copies. This is a pass to get into the races for free for up to 6 kids and 2 adults throughout the entire 2023 race season. Now, you can only use it one time. Don't use it multiple times because you need to go out there and spend some money with these fine folks. They are Veterans Motorplex, and this is the old Highland Rim Speedway. It's at 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. You can call Jerry for information at 615-643-8725, 615-643-8725. And if you want to stay up to date on everything that's going on at the racetrack, you need to follow them on Highland Rim Speedway. You'll know you're there because you'll see the banner. It says Veterans Motorplex. He's Jesus is Lord, big Jesus freak like me. And he is a great guy, done a great job with the old Highland Rim Speedway, but they kept their social media page. It's real important that you follow them because that's where you're going to find out if there was a delay from rain or if something's happened and they've had to change the schedule on the races. They're really good about keeping updates, and then they put little things up during the week as well to let you know what's coming up. But go see them at Veterans Motorplex, and please let them know U-Turn sent you. And as we continue on talking with Natasha Tice, she is here. She is the Public Affairs Coordinator for the City of Springfield. So let's get right to it. You had your first opportunity for the public to come in. No takers yet, but it's out there, and you're going to keep promoting that. But what else did you do? What else was on the agenda?
Yeah, absolutely. So just moving right along through our meeting, we had our first reading of one of our ordinances, 23-23. And now I believe Ryan came on here, and he spoke a little bit about this. Now what this is it would remove the minimum distance requirement for the city for on-premise beer sales, as it is right now in the core commercial district, what you and I would refer to as downtown Springfield, the square, that kind of area that you think of when you think of downtown. In that area for on-premise beer sales, currently there is a minimum distance requirement for 100 feet from a school, a playground, or a church. And now this ordinance would remove that distance requirement, and this was brought to the board a few months ago. They've had quite a few discussions about this, and just about every meeting I have gone to.
Oh yeah,
they definitely have been very interested in the public input and in our residents' opinions about this. They they actually put out a survey to kind of gather opinions from the public and kind of see if there's a particular way, a general consensus, the way that the views on this issue fall. And so one idea that they had was to create an overlay of downtown Springfield, or to have an exception for our storefront churches. Well, our city attorney did report at this most recent meeting that those options are not possible. They just would not be legal for whatever reason, one reason or another. They're just not possible for us to take those steps. So the board did move to remove the requirement from the entire city. And like I said, this was just a first reading, so they're going to vote on that next month. So if anyone out there, if they want to voice their opinion about this to the board, it just goes right back to that public comment period.
Yeah.
That's the perfect opportunity to come on down and voice your opinion about that.
I think you'll probably have some takers on that.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think you will. I think you will. I think you will. I know that there's a lot of passionate thought about that, and that you have a forum to discuss
it. Absolutely, and we want to provide that opportunity and that avenue for people to come in, and the board is obviously very conscientious of what our residents do. We serve the public, and they just want to make sure what they do aligns with what the public wants.
Very good. And we're talking again with Natasha Tice. She has given us a report on the mayor and alderman meeting from the city of Springfield, and knew that was going to be a big issue. So what else you got next? I don't want us to run out of time. We've been chit-chatting, and we got to get to the meeting. So what else is next?
Absolutely. So another ordinance that was discussed was Ordinance 23-30. And now that was our second reading, and what happened was they approved a lowering of our property tax rate. Great news. So they lowered that rate from about $1.07 to just about 70 cents. And the reason and kind of the context behind that is you might have heard we had a recent reappraisal of our city's property values. And of course, when property values rise, there's concerns about taxes. And so by lowering that tax rate, it adjusts it to kind of maintain a neutral tax rate and keep those property taxes stable for our homeowners and our property owners.
Right. And we've talked a lot about that because I was not expecting that. And I didn't understand any of that until all this started. And we've talked a lot about that and to understand it. So that was, good news for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Great news to be able to talk about. And then I have more great news. Our monthly electric rate decreased again by 3.1%.
Very good.
Yeah, and so what that means is our residents in September on their residential bills, they're going to actually see an average decrease of about $2.40 all the way up to $3.79 on their bill. And so, speaking of bills, we had our update to our new billing software. I think Ryan might have discussed this recently. We've moved to a new company. It's called Municipal Online Payments. And this is just really going to be a big quality of life change for the people that pay their utility bills with us. You can make and schedule your payments online. You can sign up for e-bills, for text notifications. You can get a text when you have a new bill if you have any past due notices. And there's 3 ways to pay now. You can pay online, you can pay in person, or you can pay by phone. And, if you're out there and if you don't understand something I just said or you have a question, because I know we're a little short on time, just give City Hall a call and ask to speak to our billing department, and they will walk you through the whole process.
Now, tell me this. I have been paying online my gas and water. Do I need to re-sign up because it's changed?
Yes, you need to re-sign up.
Really?
Yes. So you will have a new account number.
Oh, wow. So when does that go in effect?
So this actually went into effect a month or 2 ago.
Have I paid my water and my electric?
You might need to look
my
that
water
up.
and gas bill, because, I just assumed it was just,
Yeah, no, if you're signed up for auto pay, make sure you give City Hall a call.
Oh, I think I may be calling y'all today.
Yeah, and you find that
out. I
out.
didn't realize that.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't realize I needed to sign up again.
Yeah, no, you do need to sign up again. And some people listening to this, you might have signed up already a month or 2 ago. This is what I'm talking about. This is not a third change.
Okay.
This is municipal online payment. So if you signed up a month or 2 ago, you should be good. But, if you have any questions, just give us a call.
Ooh, I may have a big old bill with you guys. Well, I feel like I would have gotten something. I don't know. I'll check into it, though, because, I mean, that's something I hadn't really talked to Ryan about. So, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you sent her in here, Ryan, so she gives me a heads up on that stuff.
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely. Yeah. And you know, speaking of our utilities, I wanted to bring up really quick an opportunity that we have for our utility wrap art project. Are you familiar with this project?
It's beautiful. It was around
Yeah, you
the
probably see it
utility
too.
boxes.
Yeah, so those are
It's so cool.
that's art that's submitted to the city by local artists.
Yeah.
And we are once again, I'm so excited. We are once again accepting submissions
Cool.
for this. So, you know, the submission period, it's open on our website. It's open until September 10th. All you got to do is apply on there. It is open to any artist that is at least 14 years old that lives in Springfield or Robertson County.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to talk to our art teacher about that. I'm going to say, hey, who have we got here that's just fabulous? And because I mean, that's you've got all kinds of. Do you have to say that again? Where do they have to be? 14 years old and be in Robertson.
Yes, so they have to be 14 years old and they have to live in Robertson County or, of course, Springfield.
So my Greenbrier kids could qualify.
Yeah, no,
okay.
as long as they're in Robertson County.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Because
it's just
awesome. Well, we're going to have to see what kind of, because we've got some really talented kids at Greenbrier.
we do, and you know, we got a lot last year. I think we got over 30 submissions, and I'm just so excited to see what we get this time.
Yeah, it's going to be good because I mean, I have noticed the beautiful artwork on some of these ugly utility boxes in other cities, and I thought that is so cool. So thrilled to see that come to our city. It just absolutely, it's just neat. It looks good.
Absolutely. And one of our questions that I received about this was whether we'd be removing some of those old arts and replacing them with new. I wanted to let everyone know that's not what's happening. These are additional works that will be added to the existing works.
Okay, so yeah, you're not going to replace ones that are already out there. These are just some that haven't been wrapped yet.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's just more beauty in our city.
Sounds great. Well, we're going to be out of time. You got anything else we need to cover on the meeting?
Yeah, so one last thing, Resolution 2323 was discussed. This would adopt a selection policy for TDOT projects. Basically, just really quick summary, that would give us the ability to pursue funding for something our Public Works Department is working on, which is our citywide paving projects.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been down on South Main Street recently. They repaved part of that road, and it is just beautiful.
It does look great, and I mean, oh yeah, I'm all over. I mean, I put a lot of miles on around our little county, but well, very good. So, is that everything that you need to cover? You think
that is everything that I need to cover?
Okay. Well, anything else you think you need to share before we wrap up our time together?
Yeah, absolutely. So while we're talking about ways to be involved in our city, the Citizens Police Academy is accepting applications.
Okay.
This is a great way to kind of step behind the crime scene tape and get a look into the training that our officers go through. You know, it's hands-on. It's not just in a classroom. All you got to do to apply is download the application on our website, springfieldtn.gov, and turn it into the police department before August 31st. I will actually be participating.
Oh,
this year.
fun.
Yeah, this is a free 9-week program. It just meets once a week, and it's very exciting, the kind of things you get to do.
I think you'll enjoy that. I've had several friends that have gone through that, and it's a lot of fun. And you get to hang out with Chief Head and all his folks, and that'll be fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
You'll have, like I said, ask him all about what he's done. He's got an interesting resume. If you don't know our police chief, he's fascinating. But that's one of the ones I was telling her, you need to sit down and talk to him and get his backstory, because we've got some fascinating folks that work here in our wonderful city and our county, and you included. Thank you so much for coming and joining us, and look forward to talking with you again.
Thank you. You too.
Natasha Tice, she is our Public Affairs Coordinator for the City of Springfield. God bless you. Have a great day. I'm going to let her walk out, and we'll let Brian and Tiffany make their way in to talk to them from United Way, as we always do. And while they're doing that, I want to pop over and I want to talk a little bit about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. My friends in the real estate community love them so much, and Barry has sent me. Okay, now there's two offices now. Barry is in the office in downtown Springfield now, and he is the broker there. And then Rebecca is in the White House office for Exit Realty. And I talk about them being a team. He's like, no, we compete against each other. And so I get tickled, but they do help each other a lot. He's the marketer. She's she's first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. So she's staying up to date on the legalese of it all. But I was looking at some of their listings, and they've got great houses and things to look at. There was a house that was listed in Greenbrier that it's 2457 Old Greenbrier Pike. You come in, I could have your kids in school. But I was looking at some of this land. They've got a 5.2 acre tract up in Cross Plains that's available. Beautiful tract of land. Then they've also got this one over in Cross Plains. It's like almost 3 acres. So if you're wanting to build, and finding acreage is hard right now, but they've got acreage that's available. Of course, you're going to get a great price on it. It's a great time to be in Robertson County, and they can help you out with that. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but as we always say, they buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, but they are experts at what they do. If you want to connect with them, go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertsoncounty.com, or just give Rebecca a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, and go pop in on Barry at the new office on the square for Exit Realty and tell him U-Turn said hey. Brian and Tiffany are in the house.
We got 2 mics today.
Good morning. Am I functional? All right.
Functional.
All right. I think Tiffany liked it better when I just was sitting over here with my mouth shut. It probably was. Probably was a better segment last week. Yeah. So
not at all.
Without me over here just chiming in.
I told her. Well, and we still. I'm working on the hotspot on my phone as far as trying to get the internet to where I can see what we're doing. I don't know. I wonder if we didn't get hit by some
probably
some electrical.
We've had so many storms.
Yeah, because we had the entire control board went out last week. Poor Hilliu, he's been working himself crazy trying to. That's one thing. When you get into radio, and especially in the management, you're just 24/7, something all the time. So we appreciate you, Hilliu. Thank you so much.
Yes.
But if you've got comments, I'm getting some of them, but we're working on it. I've got. Let me plug this real quick before I forget. My friends over at Epiphany Baptist Church, this is the praise band, We Imperfect Few. Now, I'm in there with them on Tuesday night. I'm not part of the band. They just let me play in the sandbox. April, Rob's wife, is actually the female singer in this band, but they released an album, and it's so good. They're having a CD release party, Paradise in the Parking Lot. And this is happening at Epiphany Baptist, and it's on August 26th, 4 to 7 p.m. And it's free, and they're going to have another band that's going to be there with them. I think that's on, Eversmith. Eversmith's going to be there as well. So if you want to hear some good Christian music, and I know that's the same time as the Huddle Jam that's happening, you can go to both. I mean, there's no reason why you can't go to the Huddle Jam and support that wonderful cause happening at the center, because that's a fundraiser for our flag football and a great lineup. And then pop over and see these guys at Epiphany. It's just great guys. I love them so much. But,
and the Huddle Jam is really to start up their mentorship program.
Yes.
So it's not just for the kids playing football, which we all know sports is life in Tennessee, but. It's to create a mentorship program for for an outreach to children who are, having some more needs than what their families can fulfill. So it's pretty exciting.
So much going on. I love those guys. Everybody that I've talked to with the Flag Football League and all the things that they've got going on, such great hearts at what they're doing. The motivation behind that is just being there for the kids.
Absolutely.
So I can't say enough about it. So we got two. I was talking to Ace. I said, hey, y'all need to come out to Epiphany for this. She goes, it's the same day as the Huddle Jam. I'm like, we can do it all.
We can do it all.
Where
is Epiphany Baptist Church, by the way?
It's like behind Springfield Baptist.
211 First Avenue West, Springfield, Tennessee.
That's it.
Yeah, I was getting your address plug in for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You were generally
veteran radio person. I was trying to help you out a little bit.
My mind is in so many different places right now. I mean, I've got my Greenbrier kids. I'm trying to teach them and all those things.
Right.
And
that's why I was helping you out. I know it's early in school. You helped me out early and repeating the phone numbers and all the stuff. And so yes, I was just helping you out.
Just pros.
Yeah,
man.
just giving you a little alley oop there.
Next time, don't find a filler. We'll just come run
That's
the
right.
whole show.
There you go. There you go. Well, with that said, I'm going to be out next week because I've got a teaching conference I have to go to in Knoxville.
Nice.
And it's a state thing.
Rocky Top.
And and I know nothing about any of that. I don't care about any of that. I know that's terrible. But it's a state thing that you have to go if you're going to be a career teacher and you're coming. Because, that's one thing. I know I know my industry, but I don't know how to teach.
Yes, you do. You do more than you think.
But anyway, no, there's the teaching classes that I've taken in Murfreesboro have helped me tremendously. Just maintaining control of my classroom and dealing with the little knuckleheads that want to be knuckleheads and having like a plan of discipline. Because I had the kids last year. I had them fill out and say, how am I doing? And they're like, you got to get control of your classroom, Miss Vivio. When kids tell you that.
Yeah. Well, that's a big part of it. And some of the best teachers I had, one of the reasons they were so good was they had absolute complete command of that classroom, and so there was an environment where you knew like you didn't mess around in Miss So-and-so's class, like because they weren't having it.
But I want them to have fun. I want them to
there's a balance. There's a
have
balance.
Fun, and we're getting there.
If there was a magic recipe, like you could make millions selling books, but like I think it's just time. You know, and kind of experience kind of comes with that.
I had a teacher friend said, just don't smile till Halloween. After that, you can smile all you want. But until Halloween, you gotta be firm.
See, I can't do that. I can't do that.
It's not my nature either.
No, I just, and I've got my cat time kids, my homeroom kids, and they're like, I mean, we're family.
Right.
I mean, we all are, but I'm so close to those kids. I just love them to pieces. But I'm like, guys, you got to do this, because they're like, they just want to goof off, and we can't. And so it's just fun. I just love them. I just love them so much. They're
Since
so much
Tiffany
fun.
made a sarcastic comment about sports in Tennessee, I feel the need. It was slight sarcasm there. It's okay. We're gonna let it slide. It's the same thing with coaching. When you get a new team, you're really hard on them early.
Yeah.
And you kind of it's almost like we're going to break you down a little bit so we can build you back up, and then you relax a little bit. But out of the gate, you got to be hard on them just to kind of establish that boundary, and then we'll be buddies. But we can't be buddies in the beginning.
Well, see, Mark is, my husband, he's already a better teacher than me because he's so stinking organized. I mean, it's just incredible. I'm so proud of him. He is so excited about what he's doing because he's teaching criminal justice up at Springfield, and he is helping assistant coach at Coopertown Middle. And he is having a blast being back out on the field and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, those boys got to get in shape. Got to get them in shape.
He's right.
And I'm like, oh, Mr. Vivio or Coach Vivio. And so it's funny. And we got this Greenbrier Springfield game tomorrow night.
Go Jackets.
I'm Greenbrier.
Well,
he's technically Springfield because the Springfield coach hired him to help with the middle school to help bring those kids.
Feeds into it.
Yes. So.
Ooh. Will Greenbrier score a point this year? They haven't in 3 years, I believe, if that's right.
Against
Springfield. Springfield has shut Greenbrier out 3 straight years, if my best recollection. That's the truth.
This is their year.
This is it? Okay.
Kids in my Bible class were making jokes about the Greenbrier football team yesterday, too. And half of them go to Greenbrier.
Here's the deal.
The football team is notorious.
We can get those in now. Come baseball season, you get your bragging rights back because we know they play baseball up there, but football season's our time. So I'm just going to say that. Little friendly banner.
I got some good old football players in my class, and you just
okay. All right. I
don't know anything about it.
I hope they play well and everybody stays healthy, and I hope Springfield wins by 50.
Just shush. And I got to get more. I've got one of the sweet girls in my class that's on the soccer team, and she's like, "You coming to my game tonight, Miss Vivio?" And it's Wednesday night. That's church night, y'all. What are you doing to me? Because I'm with the church, running CR on I'm running CR. No, I've got all these people that help me at Madison. God bless you. Y'all are awesome. I could tell you. We've got to get to y'all's stuff.
Okay.
It's all right.
I've got a story.
See what happens when you give me a microphone? You need to shut it off.
See?
It's not
If we
productive.
get
Right with
time,
the microphone. We don't get to talk
we're
about
gonna get through their stuff, and if we get time, remind me to tell you about yesterday. It was just nuts, but I'm gonna save it right now. But anyway, go.
I don't know if it's been talked on your show yet, but those who know Charlene Sullivan, she runs my father's house. Her house was in a house fire on Sunday night, Monday. And so she is now homeless. The woman who has been running the homeless shelter.
I didn't know this. She's sitting right here. I mean, she just commented on here.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
You would never know. I
Charlene.
called her yesterday and she just see how they were doing. She's like, I'm doing good. I'm like, no, you're not.
Charlene, I'm so sorry.
So I just wanted everybody to know that there is a way to donate. We're trying to find some permanent housing. So if you know of any place that's available for rent, she's raising her 3 granddaughters.
Yes.
And so they need a place to rent. And this is what Brian and I were talking about there. And like, you know what? Let's plug for right now. The New Chapel United Methodist Church is receiving donations for them. So if you would like to help donate to the cause, right now, I know I talked to her yesterday. I said, do you need clothes? What do you need? She's like, I think we have what we can manage with right now because we don't have a permanent place. Like once we find a place to live, we'll need more things. But as of right now, like clothing is not the top of their list. But monetary donations really are. They're going to have to replace a lot of things. And they were renting. And so that, I don't know how everything's going to flush out with the insurance. But so the New Chapel United Methodist Church, their P.O. box, if you want to write a check, put it in the memo that this is for Charlene Sullivan. And their address is P.O. Box 15, Springfield, Tennessee, 37172. So again, that's P.O. Box 15 here in Springfield. And make the checks out to New Chapel United Methodist Church.
That's incredible. Charlene, I had no idea. And when did this happen?
I think she said it was like Sunday night, Monday morning.
Oh, God bless you, Charlene. And I mean, yeah, because I haven't been able to see comments on here because of the internet issues, but I mean, I see that she's chiming in today. Be praying for you, Charlene. And those sweet curls, my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah, we found about it last night. Some of the folks at our church volunteer there during the year, and so they were talking about it, and we're trying to figure out what we can do. But this is a time, these people have poured so much into our community.
Oh, yeah.
This is a time we can step up and support them. And so if we can help in any way, United Way, come by. We will facilitate anything we can. If there's ways you want to get, just let Tiffany or I know, and we will make sure to get them taken care of and drive it out there or whatever we need to do. But let's step up right now and help somebody that's pouring so much of themselves into those that need help in this community. And it's time they've had a bad thing happen to them, and we need to respond right now.
Okay, and so tell them again how to send that in, and it needs to have it's United.
It's to the New Chapel UMC, United Methodist Church. Their P.O. box, so you can send it in. I don't know if they're taking walk-in donations or not, but that is who is collecting the donations for them right now. And they're out, and they said in the memo, put it that it's for Charlene Sullivan. House fire. And then it says P.O. Box 15, Springfield, Tennessee, 37172.
Okay. And very good.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
It happens to all of us. And this is when we talk about homelessness. So like, it's their fault because they did this, or their fault that they did this. People are where they're at. It doesn't. Let's not start pointing fingers because it doesn't fix anything. Number one, for those who are pointing fingers at other people, but it can happen to anybody. Anybody can walk through this path, and so I'm just super. It's really cool to see like this message has gone out to a lot of people and people coming around them, and so I hope that as a community we can continue to do that.
Overwhelm them because you talk about somebody who's poured into the community. Charlene has, and hands and feet of Jesus. Yeah, that woman is, and let's just overwhelm them. And I'm so sorry, Charlene, and for those kiddos, what they're going through. It's hard enough when you've got things going on already, and then to have something like that happen.
New school year. I mean, the rest of us are all just still trying to.
Right.
Breathe ourselves, let alone deal with all of that.
Do you know what school the girls go to?
I don't.
Okay, Charlene, I don't know that I'll see it in comments, but if we can help with school supplies, things like, I'm sure.
I know she's been in touch with the school and with Connecting Robertson County, which is a funded partner through United Way that helps with homelessness. But the problem that we have right now is that a lot of agencies are out of their current budget. So I know Connecting Robertson County is about to have a renewal in their budget in like a month and a half. So that's a long time to not.
That's why just your brothers and sisters take care of it.
That's right.
We get so used to waiting on agencies to do things. That's not what Jesus called us to. No. We're supposed to do it. And so, it's wonderful that we have all these agencies that do so much good, because that's when the body comes together and says, what can we do when we gather?
Right.
But that's our job. And we forget that because we're like, that's the agency will take care of it. No. First, it's our job.
Right.
It's wonderful that we have that to come alongside us. But first and foremost, it's our job.
I've got a whole sermon about the difference between a volunteer and an agency. And like the power of a volunteer is so much more powerful.
Yeah.
We have so much more ability and we don't have as much red tape. Agencies have got red tape. Every agency I've ever talked to has had red tape.
Yes.
And those who come in and just lift up the hands and, lift up the hands that hang down. And so anyway, that's a big thing.
Is the church you mentioned, is that the one she pastors? Because she's actually I don't know if people realize she's actually a pastor.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that may be the church that she's shepherding, because I just love that she's a woman.
No, it says the Ward Trace United Methodist is where she pastors.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good. I wasn't sure. I knew that she was pastoring in church, but she's a sweetheart. Just love her, and love those girls too. They came out and I took pictures of them last Christmas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of pictures of them, and just had a lot of fun hanging out with them, and the girls are just adorable. But Very good. Let's make a difference, guys.
Let's make it happen. If you've got property or something and you can, for housing, I think is the main
They're
thing.
looking for some place to rent. So
right.
they were renting this. This is
Right.
not their homestead that burnt.
Even on a short-term basis, to let them have a landing spot would be amazing. I know we have some folks that are listening that may know folks, and so that's, I think, first and foremost would be to get them in a place, right?
Absolutely. That is their number one priority. Right. But as with all of us, like, housing prices and costs have gone up so much. When you're
crazy.
Raising 3 kids, you can't just do with a studio apartment. They really need. They were in a 4-bedroom house. The house that burned was 4 bedrooms, and so I don't know if they could do with 3 or not. But I know that they would. They need some space for those girls to grow. So
yeah, and Charlene's saying thank you. New Chapel was my home church, and so that was her home church. And so just love you, sister, and just let's overwhelm them. Let's overwhelm them.
Show what we got.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. That's what we do in this community. So, anyway, well, what else do you have going on this morning? What else?
Electrolux. I got to plug my Electrolux air conditioning giveaway. We are so excited. This is coming up soon. But right now, the vouchers are going out. So if you need an air conditioning unit in your home, the income level is 200% of poverty. I know that's confusing, but just Google poverty level 2023 and double it, and you can see if you qualify if you want to ahead of time, or you can go into any of our qualifying agencies and find out if you qualify. But pretty much, if you need an air conditioner, you probably qualify. So they're window units. We have large and small window units. We're kind of running low on some of the large, but we still have quite a few small. And so our voucher locations are: you can go to the library, you can go to the YMCA. You can go to COPE, you can go to United Ministries, you can go to Mid-Cumberland, and you can also go to the juvenile court. Okay. Or you can come into United Way if you catch either of us in the office. So you can come into one of those places. Also, if you're connected to Goodwill Career Solutions, you cannot go into the store. But if you're connected with Goodwill Career Solutions, they also have some vouchers there. But so that's go in, get a voucher. And on August 29th at 10 Kids Nutrition, we will have the giveaway, and people are coming out from North Carolina, Electrolux, for this giveaway. And so we're pretty excited about it, and it's going to be a great day.
And what's the day again?
August 29th.
Okay. And we're getting ready to have another heat wave, y'all. So it's going to be perfect timing. You're going to be wanting that air conditioner.
You think Tennessee summer's over. It's not.
No.
For sure going to be still needed.
My mother and I, we were talking, and it's been a little bit cooler. She goes, well, have you looked at the forecast? I'm like, yeah.
It's coming. It's a cruel thing that summer likes to do. It's like gives you a couple of these days, and it's like,
not yet.
No, but I'm going to come back with an even harder hammer on the backside.
A few years ago, September was one of the hottest months that we had. And
all the way up until mid-October before it broke. I remember.
It was wicked hot, man. Yeah. So you need those air conditioners, guys. Right. And thank you, Electrolux. You guys just come along and help us in the community so much. So
we
very good.
Air conditioning.
It's amazing.
That's very cool.
And there are some people like, I don't know if you'll be able to give them all away. And then some people are like, oh, you easily will. Well, it's looking like I've already had one agency reach out and be like, can we get some more vouchers? So we're getting there. So if you don't wait on it, if you think, oh, I need an air conditioning unit, go to one of these places today. Cope only does their voucher giveaways between the hours of 1 and 3. So, and just Tuesday through Friday. So, if you're going to go to Cope, go during those hours, but otherwise, I think any of the other agencies, whenever they're open, you can go and get a voucher. So. Mm-hmm.
Very good. And we're talking with Tiffany Thomson and Brian Pulley with United Way, and they come in every week and just talk to us about all the things that are the bridge builders to the nonprofits. And they've got all kinds of great information for you, but let's pause for a second. Talk about Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. I saved it for you, Brian.
Thank you.
How's your garden doing?
My garden is thriving. I have a counter full of tomatoes right now, big, beautiful ones. Probably the 2 prettiest ones I've ever grown in my life are sitting on my counter right now, ready to be cut into. I was just letting them get a little more ripe, just right. But having a great garden again, and then all the stuff I bought back in May is still beautiful. It looks like it did the day I bought it. We've kept it water. Obviously, all the rain has helped, but just gorgeous back there. And so a lot of times by this point of the year, because of my error, it's not doing as well. But this year, and the Lord's helped me with all the rain. It's still gorgeous. It looks like the day we brought it home. So
see, and that's what they're so great, and they've got such great stuff out there right now. I had said, for those of us who neglect their things that they get out there, and I forget to water them and all that, you could go and replenish. And get some fresh stuff. And they're going to have mums this year.
Right.
Yay. Mid-September is what she's thinking. So funny. They put up, I love to watch them on social media because they put up so many interesting things. And they've got a beautiful shot here of Miss Jane. She's amazing. If you have never met Miss Jane, former school teacher, go out and talk to her and get some of her teaching stories. But she's just awesome. And so you can go out and get some of the handcrafted items that she's made there inside the store. You can get some CBD products that are produced from the plants that Amy's brother Bill grows. And I can't say enough about that either, but I wanted to talk to you about your garden because you said last year you got all your bedding plants from Corbin.
Every bit of it.
And it was the best garden
I've ever had.
You just got it.
They're thriving again this year.
Yep.
We did some cucumbers, and my wife made a bunch of pickles, which we love. That turned out fantastic. But I'm a tomato. I love homegrown tomatoes in the summer. It's like a southern delicacy, and they're just like flowing in now. So it took a little longer this year because I think it wasn't is quite as hot, and we have had all this rain. Like they like the heat. I'm learning. I don't know anything. I've learned because I ask questions when I go out and buy my stuff, and they've helped educate me as well. And so we've had a garden for years, but I think it's getting better now. My knowledge is getting a little better, and then the product is way better than I've had. So if you start with a good product, your crop is going to be a lot better. And so our tomatoes have just been gorgeous. I'm about to get to the point where I can start giving some away. It's one of my favorite times of year because people are happy. When you bring them tomatoes and they're tomato lovers, people get real happy. They like seeing you coming. So I'm almost there. I've been a little selfish. I've been kind of eating as many of them as I could, but it's about time to start sharing some.
That's John Denver song.
What's that?
Only two things that money can't buy is true love and homegrown tomatoes. I think it's a John Denver song.
Oh, well, that's true.
Okay, I'm gonna have
I've never heard that.
I've never heard of that.
Oh my goodness, it'll be in your head the rest of the day.
John Denver.
That's hysterical. I had never heard that.
And you know the difference.
That's true love and homegrown tomatoes.
Oh,
how about growing the tomatoes and sweating in the summer and enjoying the
That's hysterical. I didn't know that was a song.
Oh, now you're listening to it, it'll be in your head.
He is right. Because you know the difference the second you bite into one.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's you can get a tomato, say, this is a beautiful looking tomato, but like it doesn't have, my mom and I talk about this all the time. It's like there's the authentic real deal. There's nothing, you can't replicate it.
I only like homegrown tomatoes. I don't like anything else.
When you can only get them for there's a window that you get them and then that's it.
And BLTs, man.
Okay, real fast.
Let's go.
We get going. We go to Corbin Creek and get you some tomato plants.
4920 Highway 161. They'll be at the farmer's market as well. You can call Amy and talk to her 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. We're done with commercials. Go.
All right, Brian's got a mic.
Ask questions when you go out there. You'll learn something.
Brian's got a mic today. We're off track again. No, just kidding. All right. I was just thinking about the fall and how fall is a really good time for people who want to plug into the youth of our community to plug in. So you can get involved with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. You get involved with CASA. In fact, I'm going to put an extra plug in for CASA because if you sign up to be a CASA advocate, I might be able to win a $25 gift card to the depot. So if you contact CASA to learn more about becoming an advocate, tell them Tiffany from United Way sent you. So I'm just going to plug that in. But there's also some things that aren't as typical. Like we have Redemption Ranch. And those who don't know, that's one of our new partners this year. We're super excited to have Redemption Ranch come alongside us and for the mission that they have in combining children with, teach them how to grow plants and stuff. And they also teach them about animals and how to take care of them. But they have a barbecue fundraiser on September 16th from 11 to 3. There'll be live music, food, drinks, horse rides, silent auction. This is their big fundraiser every year. So if you love to get out in the fall and do, have a barbecue and just enjoy the ranch, it's really pretty. I don't know if you've been out
beautiful.
there. But it's just a beautiful place to be. And so we love Hannah Korn and her husband and the work that they're doing out there. And so I wanted to plug that for sure. So if maybe foster kids aren't your thing, maybe kids in school aren't your thing, maybe Redemption Ranch is your thing, because everybody needs to plug into the community somehow. And I truly believe once you have skin in the game in the community, you feel more a part of the community. So if you're feeling a little bit on the outside, like I just don't fit in here, maybe you're new here, maybe you've been here a long time and just don't feel like you fit in, come talk to me and we'll find a place for you to plug in. And if that's not your thing, I do want to plug Willow Oak for a minute. They're not one of our partners. I'm not being asked to plug this, but they just received a Tennessee Arts Grant. And so all classes for children are free this semester. And believe me, with 5 kids, I jumped on that pretty dang fast. So my girls are taking choir, they're taking sewing lessons. They have so many different classes at Willow Oak. And I just wanted to definitely put a plug in for the arts because, it's just an amazing thing. There's so many studies and stuff about how the arts are good for our soul. So don't think that it's just, making pretty things. They're doing the real work out there. So
very good. And Laundry Love?
Laundry Love is this Friday. Please come out. I'm never here on the third Thursday, so I don't get to plug it the day of. Tomorrow is Laundry Love. Please bring your laundry. If you need laundry washed, please bring it starting at 8 o'clock at Sisters Queen Laundry. It's on Memorial Boulevard in the strip mall with like Goodwill and all those things. And so bring your laundry between the hours of 8 and 12. If you're closer, we stop taking laundry at 10:30, so don't bring it after 10:30. But if you want to come volunteer, come between the hours of 8 and 12 and help us take our friends' laundry and clean it, wash it, and give it back to them with hopefully a little bit of dignity back too. So it's a great way to plug into the community, and we love it.
And I want to plug Raise Your Hand. They're having their orientation Thursday the 24th. So if you want to be a part of Raise Your Hand and help tutor these kids, they do have a tutorial, or it's like the orientation is 4:30 to 6, Thursday the 24th. And so you can just reach out to them and then give you more details about that. But great program. I'm trying to get involved with it more. I'm of course going to be in Knoxville that day because I'm going to be doing my stuff. So I'm trying, you guys. I really want to be a part of it, because some of the things you've told me about,
and
I just want to do it so much, and I know I can make it work. I've just got to get there.
They're really, and they we had an internal staff meeting in person on Monday, and they did a little update on that, and they were bragging on the Robertson County schools as far as how receptive they've been to this program. So I think we had 5 schools last year, and we're going to have 8 this year, which for our size is excellent. And but with that, we need volunteers.
Yeah.
And so I was asking Sonia like how many volunteers we need, and she said a lot. So if you're looking to get plugged in, and Tiffany said that very, very eloquently, as far as like if you're new here or if you've just been kind of out of the loop for a little while and you're looking at, it's a great way to plug into the community and do something for our young people here. It's an hour a week is what you're at. I mean, it's a light lift, and you get to be around the kids, and I promise you will leave better from that. And also the energy you get from them and the smiles you get from them, it will keep you floating all week. And so get involved, and you can make a huge impact there.
Oh, the what my husband and I get, because we're in the classroom with kids, and just their energy and their excitement. And, of course, not all of them are excited to be in school, but it's just, you just absolutely can't help but just be filled up by their, their spirit. And it's just so much fun. What else are we missing?
No. I don't know. What else?
You have stuff.
I mean, I was going to do the raise your hand thing, but you guys took
that was great.
So that was great.
We are getting into campaign season, and so if your company is, no matter how small or big, is interested in potentially looking at a campaign or just getting involved with United Way in any way, feel free to reach out to us. We can come talk and just share what we've got going on here in this community, resources that are available, and we'd love a chance just to kind of educate your employees and make them aware of this. And so it is fall is typically our campaign season, and we have a lot of wonderful partners around here, but we're always looking to add more and create some exposure. So if you're interested, reach out. My number is 615-780-2401, 615-780-2401. That comes straight to my cell phone too. You will not miss me, I promise. And if you're looking to donate money, I answer every time. That's a promise to you. So
bring it on.
We've got our own internal campaign going on right now,
right.
so it's been pretty fun to see all the fun things that we've been doing. So Brian makes it fun. If you want to do something fun with your employees, it's not just a way to give away money. They kind of create this like environment of fun things to do with the employees and get everybody involved, and it brings employees together. When employees donate together, they will be more committed to the company and will stay longer. Statistics show.
I'm going to do my homework and bring those numbers in at some point. I'm not that good to regurgitate them. I could make one up for you, but it wouldn't be accurate. So I'm going to do that at some point. But it is what she was saying, employee retention, and employees want to work for a company that's invested in their community and shows they care for their community. And it's been proven that I know we're all talking about, we can't hire anybody, we can't do this, whatever. This is a way to keep those employees that you have engaged, and they're going to be more longevity associated with that. So I'll bring those numbers at some point, but it's pretty startling, the difference.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're down to one. I'll have to tell my story tomorrow at some point. You'll have to tune in because it was crazy. But Rachel Culver should be in tomorrow. I haven't confirmed with her, but I believe we'll have her in tomorrow. And anything else from you guys? I won't be with you next week. Lee Marie will be in here.
Safe travels. Enjoy Knoxville. Sing a little Rocky's Hop while you're up there. It's a beautiful place.
Good old Rocky.
There you go. Tiffany got two. I got two. So I got a John Denver song. I got Rocky's Hop out of Tiffany.
I'm looking up the John Denver song.
Spend enough time with me. I break out in random songs.
I love it. I
love it. Tiffany Thomson, Brian Pulley with United Way. Their door is always open. Thank you for joining us here at 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a wonderful day.